Hey guys, Fintan here from DamsonCloud. No, wait, not this week. This week, I am representing C2C. No, I have not changed jobs, but there is a new independent Google Cloud community that is set up, and it is called C2C, Cloud to Cloud. And I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about it, show you the website, and hopefully you'll be interested in getting involved. So I'm going to run through a very quick slide deck about C2C. The first thing is the website. It's www.c2cglobal.com. As it says on their site, they're here to help unite Google Cloud customers from across the globe. That is the purpose of the organization. They have 4 key pillars: connect, learn, shape, and access. Now, when we dig into these in a little bit more detail, they want to help people make connections. So connect people, and as they say, when we work together, we can solve some of the world's toughest challenges. They want to give people exclusive access. So if you join the community, you'll actually get access to Google Cloud's roadmap and the strategic focus areas that Google are looking at. The learn, you're going to learn from experts, both Googlers and partners who are getting involved at virtual and eventually in-person events that C2C will run around the world. And then shaping what's happening next. So share your experience and help Google Cloud innovate for the future. Now, we're getting involved in the UK and Ireland group. So as well as it being global and there being global groups that people can get involved in, there's also regional groups for different locations. So the United States and Ireland and the UK and France and Germany, and eventually for lots of different regions there's going to be different groups. And we recently ran our first event, which was called How Google Cloud Has Helped Us React to COVID-19. It was on the 25th of March, and they have some of the recordings for that are going to be up soon. Interestingly, we had some really great speakers at that, and I definitely think it's worth checking out the recordings. We've also got some upcoming events as well. On the 22nd of April, there's one on employee engagement in a hybrid landscape. On May 20th, innovation and change management, again around Google Workspace and Google Cloud. On the 17th of June, the best name for an event called SLAM, which is Starters, Leavers and Movers. Any of you who are an admin, you will know the pain of onboarding and offboarding employees and how to do that within Google Workspace and Google Cloud, and what's the kind of best practices around that. So firstly, when you land on the site, this is what you're going to see. A lot of the stuff that I went through there around the share and connect, why C2C. When you click on jump straight in, it's going to get you to sign up. Now, I'm already signed up, so I'm not going to fill this out. You fill this out and you'll get access to the site itself. And what I want to do is just take you through the site and show you guys a couple of the different areas. Okay, so up the top, I've got connect, learn, shape, events, and then the about just brings you back to that original page. Okay, so if we look at the home page, this is our sort of connect section. And the connect section is about connecting in with the community. So there's a Google Workspace community. If I'm interested in that, I could join that. There's the C2C Lounge. There's a contributors hub, UK and Ireland group that I was talking about. And then if we scroll down the bottom, we've got stuff like data and analytics, machine learning. And again, this is very, very new, but the topics and the groups are going to grow and grow over time. Okay. So if I just dive into one of these here for a second, I could go into the Google Workspace group or area, and I can join this group as a member, which I've already done. I could create a topic if I wanted. So if I wanted to create a topic on a specific area, whether I wanted to ask a question or I wanted to join the conversation, I could post it in here and other people in the community could respond to me. So if I scroll down here, I can see that Christian Newman is talking about Google Tables. We've got Alex talking about post-pandemic work options, like what are people thinking about after the pandemic is over? Are people going back to working in the office or some sort of hybrid sort of setup? And I can get involved and I can look at the different replies, and I can respond here as well as a C2C member. Okay, so next up is the learn area. And in here, you're going to find stuff around like maybe previous events or general topics where you can learn about everything to do with Google Cloud. Remember, Google Cloud is huge. There's a huge amount within it. Google Workspace that we kind of focus on is obviously one area, but there's lots of different areas in here. And we can see lots of event-focused things Here's a career conversation with Stephanie Wong from Google. So if I go into this, I can have a look at the article and maybe some of the recordings. They might have some recordings as well. Yeah, they do. So I can read some of these. One of the things I love about C2C is when an event is finished, instead of just putting up the whole recording, what they do is they cut them up into these little bite-sized amounts. So instead of me having to watch the whole thing, I can just watch this sort of 2.5-minute segment. And the same with this one. This is about projects. That's 2.5 minutes. And it sort of breaks it down for you so you can sort of dive into that area. So if we have a look at the Connect section, we can actually go in and see some of the guys who are behind the C2C group. So if I go into C2C Lounge, C2C, get kind of used to saying that eventually. I can meet the C2C team, okay, the Cloud Connect team, and we can see Danny has posted this here, and he's got Sabina and Danny and Alex and Ilyas. We've been working with Ilyas, he's the EMEA community manager. So you can go in here and you can see that this whole team is helping drive this forward all the time and drive more content to it and support the members within the community. Good example of a way that Google is supporting this is Javier Soltero, who's the head of Google Workspace globally. He actually answered customers' questions on Google Workspace a couple of months back. And so this access that the C2C team have to Google makes it a really, really valuable resource because you're getting that inside track on what Google is thinking. You could have posted your own questions if you're part of the community on here, and maybe they would have been actually asked to Javier during the event. So I think really, really fantastic for Google customers to get that kind of opportunity. And then the last area we're going to cover is the shape area. The shape area is kind of around some of the stuff I was talking about where people post best practices, articles, videos, tips and tricks, ideas that you might have for C2C, and then people can sort of upvote them on here. And there's also some fantastic events, which is a sort of last area. And I've touched on this a little bit already, but you can actually check out the upcoming events, and within here you can sign up for them. And you can see that there's different types of events. So these sort of navigator ones are run by the C2C guys, and they tend to have speakers maybe from Google or from external parties, and they tend to be kind of more presentation based from what I can tell. And then we have the Connect ones that, like the one that we had ran, and it's about connecting and engaging. So we want people to sort of get on board with that, and really ask questions and get involved in that sort of event. So it's a little bit different. Don't tend to have presentations. People tend to just sort of chat about different topics and fairly relaxed. And then there's other stuff as well in terms of the events. There's a lovely weekly one that Sabina started, who's run some of the marketing. Where is this one? This one is, every Thursday. I love this. So it's just called Top Workspace Headlines Coffee Chat. It's Thursday, it's 9:30 a.m. CST, or it's about 2:30 GMT for those of you over this side of the pond. And you can just jump on. It's just a Google Meet. Just save the link, and you can just have a chat with the people in there about Google Workspace. You'll often get a couple of partners in there like ourselves who'll chat about the different features that have maybe come out that week. Great place to kind of ask questions and bounce some ideas around Google Workspace. So hopefully, guys, that gives you a little bit of a flavor of what the C2C is about. I think it's a fantastic opportunity for customers and partners to get involved and to kind of grow the Google community a little bit. I think this is something that has been needed. And I think it's fantastic to see Google supporting this and to see the C2C guys launching this now. I think it's really, really good timing as well. With everybody in lockdown, people are more likely maybe to kind of get involved in these sort of things. But as I said, there will be in-person events when lockdown does end. So I'm also looking forward to those as well. Hope you enjoyed this week's update. And please let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to check out the site again. I'll just repeat it. It is c2cglobal.com. That is www.c2cglobal.com. Thanks very much, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and please get involved with comments and things like that. And I will see you next week. This is not an outtake. This is the real deal. Sync up, sync up. I tell you, the barbers cannot open soon enough. Okay. Do I look more human when I turn down the light? I am so overtired, feeling really